Hey, welcome everybody. Ascension video time. Playing War of Shadows and Rise of Vigil. Combination that I've been playing in a tournament recently, and actually kind of about to wrap that match up, hopefully. If I do, it will. If it's wrapped up shortly, then it will be ending in my favor, because I'm up 1-0, so and just a good opportunity to get some games in, because I've practiced it a little. It seemed like kind of an odd combination, and I don't know that I always go lifebound with it, but I don't always go lifebound, but when I do like to Everbloom Witch, so let's do that. So this is going to be a game where I'm going to attempt to move the honor pool down to 0 as quickly as possible. At least that's how we've started out. So with that in mind, I want the Marsh Ranger. I want all the lifebounds I can get to try to unite my Everbloom Witch as much as possible. So if he leaves the Beacon Shaman, I'll probably like Beacon and Heavy, depending on what else may come out if he buys something else. He may just buy like a Mystic. I think in his spot it might be tempting, but okay. He did buy some Energy Shards, which and an Energy Banisher card, but I'm going to try to end the game before that Banisher card is really likely to pay off, so that seems to be of no consequence at this point. 2 power. I was hoping to go for the Marsh Ranger there. I mean, the odds weren't super good, but I will take the Serpent Siren, why not? And then, do I want more heavies? Or do I just want... yeah, I could just take a Mystic, I think. Because, I want to stay a little bit balanced. There's some pretty good cards there. Ulu and Shade of Sidranus, even Void Feeder. Some good stuff going on, so if I get an opportunity at those cards, I certainly won't balk at them just because I'm trying to play a Lifebound deck, so... Unfortunately, I have another 4-2. Definitely the worst combination I could have. So, do I buy a couple heavies now? I think I'm going to buy one more heavy. I'm trying not to fill my deck too much with heavies and mystics so that I can hopefully do a good job of uniting my lifebound stuff. I'm hoping to get the Marsh Ranger. No guarantee of that, but I will take another mystic, and that's probably where I'm going to cut off the mystic and heavies at this point, if at all possible. That is the hope anyway. This has been, it's a weird combination for sure. Like this set, these two sets, there's not a lot of banishing going on. So Spike Merchant is kind of, par for the course, what you get. I guess I'll take the Void Feeder. I haven't picked up any extra shards yet, but having a construct is nice, especially when the game is in this kind of weird stalemate sort of position. We're like, see, he's got a 5-2, weird combination. Like, Inspired Templar's great. But Marsh Ranger is definitely like the card I need for my deck, and it comes with a shard too. That is really a tough pick. Like, I do like the Inspired Templar a lot, especially since there's 3-day cards out. But I think the Marsh Ranger, I can maybe kind of... it's going to take 1-day card off the board, so maybe I can move things along that way. I really want to unite my Moonveil guy a couple times, or Everbloom guy. Everbloom Witch. So, and he wasn't able to take the Templar anyway, so now I'm going to have an interesting choice again, because I could even take like Ulu, or I could just take the Templar, which would make it night, or could make it night, so that then my Lunar Guardian would trigger, which isn't worth a whole lot this turn, but it's not nothing. The other part is having an Energy Shard is fairly important for my Void Feeder and for both of us in general. I actually am going to take the Inspired Templar, I think. So it doesn't do... Oh, the Unite. Yeah, still doesn't do a lot. I will take the skyrocket drone and see if anything opens up here, because I have a decent amount of resources and would like to spend them on something good. Instead, I get a cultist and I'm going to pass. I'm going to try not to fill my deck with lots of really bad cards. I still have the Void Feeder, so it's possible I could banish through and start having pretty good draws here pretty soon. Now, I did leave the bigger cards for him, which, might be a mistake, but I do think Inspired Templar is like that good. So, alright, he gets the Ulu, which, again, neither of us really have a lot of energy. He's got a little more maybe than I do. I'm going to take the Wild Call Staff. Gives me a shard. And potential for some bonuses on buying things like Shade of Sidranus. And he's going to get the Vault Sphinx. Very nice. Makes it day again, though, for my Templar. And so I will take the Twilight Scout, though. Can't really get anything else on the board, so still a nice bonus for me when it is day. And I'm going to again pass on a heavy infantry, which may be wrong, but I mean, it's not like there's a bunch of stuff out there to use power on. I don't want to end up in this awkward position where I just have all the power and I can't do anything, and while he buys all the stuff. Okay. So now I get a Unite trigger, which is what I've been trying to build for the whole time, so that's pretty sweet. And then I will take out the Moth. No way to make it day first, but still get something with the Templar, so that's fine. And I guess I leave the Dogs of War and take a heavy. It's kind of time to start maxing honor now, so already that Unite trigger has changed the complexion of the game. It was certainly a situation where I could have been doing that sooner, it just hasn't quite panned out, but I felt really good after my first turn, and since then have felt like the game has been kind of slowly slipping away a little bit, but I think we're fine now. Slipped right back on top. Ooh, Lou. Ooh, Lou. Doing the job. Getting 5. Okay. For the old monk. Alright, so I guess I will take the Shade of Sidranus here. Yeah, seems to be the most powerful thing I can get. Spirit Caster doesn't do a whole lot for me at this point. And Void Feeder is similar in that respect, so just not high impact enough to be particularly exciting. Now I get to energize the Void Feeder for the first time, so that's pretty good. Unlikely to be able to energize it again before I shuffle, and there's unlikely to be very many more shuffles, so I guess I'll take the Beacon Shaman, because if a Night or a Day card comes, it did not. So draw a card. And then I guess I'll take the Darkwalker, maxing honor again. So I don't know if this is, any kind of War of Shadows combination is likely to be like a value turn by turn kind of grind, and this has sort of felt that way. Because there hasn't been any big breakout turns, which is why I like the witch guy to begin with, because you can get a big swing off of it. There aren't going to be a lot of big swingy turns in this combination of sets usually, unless you just go crazy with energy or something. Cards like Oziah, but and he's awfully close to that, but I don't think he's going to get there. Okay. And he didn't, so at least not this turn. Doesn't look like anybody's going to be playing Oziah this game, but won't rule it out yet. I will continue maxing honor here and just buying things that make sense. I'd like to see a monster that I can beat, so didn't happen. I'm not going to worry about the Void Feeder trigger because I don't think that we're going through another shuffle. So instead, I will not use the Serpent Siren for that ability at this point. Of course, now I can use it to, well, I can still use it if I need it this turn to make the trigger happen. If it appears that that's going to be an issue. I was going to say I could use it for the Deviant Fiend if I get to enough power to do that, but I have not, and he defeated it. So no problem there. Oh boy, the game extended a little bit. Okay, I still don't think we're going through another shuffle though. Might be wrong. And by, that I mean my shuffle. I'm not too worried about tracking his shuffle. Okay, so now I do get a Void Feeder trigger, so I'll use it. And then I guess I'll use the Darkwalker Banisher for what that is worth. I think I'll take the Conjurer and then see. I mean, the Loam Speaker is a reduced cost, but I might get something of better value at reduced cost. That isn't really it either. I can buy that for its normal cost for only 1 rune less. So I guess first I'll take the Loam Speaker, and then I'll take the Twilight Scout. Still looking for that monster. I haven't had the best timing with the monsters this game, but I guess I still think we're in a okay shape. Would really like to unite this witch. I have at least one left. Pretty sure I picked up. Oh no, the familiar's still in the discard pile. That's what I was thinking. At least I have that to draw, but that's not in the deck. Nope, I'm not sure I have another Lifebounder that I can draw. Does not. Oh, I've got 2 Beacon Shamans, so maybe I do. Well, we'll just draw and see what happens. Yep. Alright, so it'd be nice if it was night. I guess if I buy something and it becomes night, then it will be night. So it did not. So I guess I will now maybe use the Serpent Siren for a Void Feeder trigger, because we might be getting to the point now that there's likely to be another shuffle. So decent chance of it now that I might be digging into the deck one more time, just a little bit. So anything that kind of moves the odds just on drawing one more better card, that'd be nice. He got the Spirit Caster this turn. He's got the Shrine, but he kind of already had that, so had the energy for that. Oh, the Courier. Well, he did make good use of the Spirit Caster then. It gave him a card and a couple of runes, basically. Well, 3 runes. So that's pretty nice. Some good value. And a trigger. And I'm having another turn, and this game is way closer than it looked like it was going to be just a few moments ago. So it would be good if it was daytime. So let's try and make that happen. Draw. Could still make it daytime for the Templar, but that may not. Okay, well, at least I got something to beat with the Templar, but unfortunately it's not a particularly exciting thing. I could have a Void Feeder trigger, but that doesn't do anything for me. So that's all I can do. And then I'll just hope that that is enough. Maybe close. We'll do another one, but I think it's about all the time we're going to have for tonight. So I'm really hoping this one pans out well. Either it does or it doesn't. I mean, it was an entertaining game either way. So Ulu again, which will either end the game or it won't. You can use the Blackwatch guy. Yeah, so that'll end the game. Oh, don't give him a monster. Okay. Whew. That's fortunate. So maybe I got it. Starting to look more doubtful, but hey, Hey, the old 1 point win. Must have done something right along the way. That's the theory I'm going with there. So, good times. Thanks everybody for watching. Always glad when the one that I do record is a nice game. So, see you guys next time.